What if the life you're comparing yourself to doesn't actually exist? What if social media isn't real life? What if what we see every single day, every time we pick up our phones, is just a performance? We see perfect bodies, perfect relationships, perfect lifestyles. But these images are all carefully curated, meticulously edited, and flawlessly presented. And what do? We scroll and we compare. We take our own messy, complicated, behind-the-scenes reality and hold it up against someone else's perfectly polished highlight reel. Without even realizing it, we start measuring our own worth against moments that were staged, manufactured for an audience. Let's do a reality check. Social media is a game, and it has rules. It rewards appearance, not depth. It rewards the performance of confidence, not necessarily genuine competence. It rewards noise, not nuance. In this digital arena, the loudest voices almost always rise to the top, but that doesn't mean they're the wisest. The algorithm doesn't care about promoting truth, it cares about promoting attention. And attention couldn't care less if something is real. It only cares if it's clickable, if it gets a reaction, if it keeps you scrolling. Think about what people share. You see the vacation, not the years of saving for it. You see the promotion, not the late nights and rejected proposals. People don't post their confusion. They don't post their debt. They don't post their boring, unglamorous, everyday discipline. They post the outcome, but they conveniently leave out the cost. So we start to believe this distorted version of reality. We start thinking that success should be easy, that relationships should be effortless, and that somehow everyone else on the planet has their life completely figured out. But that's the grand illusion. This constant exposure to a curated reality does something to our brains. It fundamentally rewires our expectations. We begin to expect fast results in our own lives. We crave instant validation for everything we do. We feel like we need public applause to feel successful. But real growth, the kind that truly matters, just doesn't work that way. It's slow, it's quiet, it's often completely invisible to everyone else. It's the work you do when no one is watching. And because our real, unedited lives don't perform for an audience, we start to feel like we're falling behind. But behind what exactly? Behind a filter? Behind a script? Behind someone's personal brand? We're comparing ourselves to an advertisement, not a person. Here's a hard truth, delivered as calmly as I can. Most people online are not living better lives than you. They're just documenting their better moments. And a collection of moments is not the same as reality. It's a collage, not a complete picture. A single frame, not the entire film. Think about it. When you have a truly magical, deeply personal experience, is your first instinct to grab your phone and frame it for the world? Or is it to simply be present, to soak it all in, to live it? The best parts of life often happen when the camera is off. So let's reframe this. What if social media isn't necessarily fake, but it's dangerously incomplete? What if the problem isn't what we're seeing, but what we assume from it? We fill in the gaps with our own insecurities. We see a happy couple and assume they never argue. We see a successful entrepreneur and assume they never failed. We see a fit person and assume they never struggle with motivation. We are writing a story in our minds based on a single sentence, and then judging our own story against it. The pressure to perform our lives instead of living them is immense. We've been conditioned to believe that if something wasn't posted, it didn't really happen. Your amazing meal, your workout, your moment of quiet reflection, did it even count if you didn't share it? This mindset turns our own lives into content. It makes us producers and directors of our own reality show, and we become obsessed with the ratings. We start choosing experiences not for the joy they bring us, but for how well they'll translate into a post. We go to the Instagrammable cafe, not the one with the best coffee. We take the picture of the book on the beach, but we don't actually read it. We're living for the documentation, not the experience itself. And this has a profound psychological cost. It creates a constant, low-grade anxiety, a feeling that we always need to be on, always presenting our best selves, always curating. But humans aren't meant to live like that. We need moments of vulnerability, of messiness, of imperfection. That's where connection happens. That's where growth happens. When we hide all of that, we not only present a false image to the world, but we also deny ourselves the grace of being human. We isolate ourselves in our own curated perfection, wondering why we feel so disconnected. Let's be honest with ourselves. How many times have you scrolled through your feed and felt worse afterward? Not inspired, not connected, but somehow less than. That feeling is a signal. It's your mind telling you that what you're consuming is not nourishing you. It's digital junk food. It looks appealing, it gives you a quick hit, but it leaves you feeling empty and sick. You wouldn't feed your body junk food all day, every day. So why do we do it to our minds? The antidote isn't to delete all social media and go live in a cave. It's about changing our relationship with it. It's about becoming conscious consumers of content. It's about asking critical questions. Who is this person? What are they selling or promoting? What are they not showing me? It's about remembering that you are always seeing a story, not the full truth. It's about setting boundaries. Maybe that means unfollowing accounts that consistently make you feel bad about yourself. Maybe it means setting time limits on apps. Maybe it means having phone-free days where you intentionally engage with the world around you without the lens of a camera. And most importantly, it's about investing more in your offline life. Cultivate hobbies that don't need an audience. Build friendships that are based on deep conversation, not just commented on photos. Spend time in nature. Read books. Be bored. Allow your mind to wander without immediately reaching for a distraction. These are the things that build a rich, meaningful, and resilient inner world. A world that can't be shaken by someone else's highlight reel. Because here is the final, most important point. Life is lived offline. And real, meaningful, lasting growth doesn't need an audience. Your journey is your own. It doesn't need to be validated by likes, approved by comments, or shared to be real. It just needs to be lived, by you, for you. Thanks for watching.